Hey, Kevin here, top 100 financial advisor, two-time author, one-time bestseller, and we are here to talk about the stock market. We've got an alert that you want to be aware of surrounding cryptocurrencies. There is an event that is supposed to happen this Saturday. Don't know if it's going to be positive or negative. Most people are leaning towards it being negative, but I do want to let you know about that, so we're going to get into that in just a second. At some point, I will fix the intro because we have another bestseller. This is trying to get the lighting right. From Burning to Blueprints, my latest book is available on the 18th. You can get it on Amazon and other sites now by clicking the link above, buildingbread.com/blueprint. And it's, again, From Burning to Blueprint, rebuilding Black Wall Street after a century of silence. And it talks a lot about economics, how to build wealth, but also what happened in Tulsa 100 years ago and what we can do about it now and how we can rebuild. So it is a very, very good book. We've got some amazing reviews. We'll talk a whole lot about this. It looks real nice. We'll talk a whole lot more about this in the coming days, especially next week, as things start to ramp up for the release date on the 18th. But let's go ahead and talk about the market. Let's go ahead and talk about what we think could happen tomorrow, which is Saturday the 8th, because I don't know my dates. All right, so first, the Dow and even the S&P 500 at one point hit a record high. What is this telling us? Number one, that the market wasn't really shaken by the weak jobs report. This in normal circumstances would say, oh my God, we're not hiring enough people. People are going to be unemployed. There's going to be a problem, blah, 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 blah. Also, we just had inflation concerns 2 or 3 days ago. Apparently, people don't care about that anymore, which this is what we call volatility. When the market is down 300 points, and then it hits a record a few days later. This all goes back to the stuff that we were saying last year, in that this is why you mind your business. This is why you stay invested for the long term and don't try to reevaluate and shake up your portfolio every single day or every single week, because every week is a new story, right? Every day there's something that either is a worry or a concern or an alert, or things are great and everything's fine. It's the best market ever. It's always going to fluctuate, which is why, like, if you follow me on public, every Friday I'm putting in money. I'm sticking to my investments. Very, very, very rarely am I adding anything new until it's time for me to do so. For me, that is June and December, and that's it. And a lot of times, more often than not, it ends up paying off. Y'all have heard me complain about T-Mobile. Guess what? T-Mobile had a great 2 days in a row, I believe, where it was up more than 4%. And now I've made money on T-Mobile. I just need to hang on for another 3 weeks and I can get rid of them at a profit. But that aside, this is why you want to be consistent, because, again, sometimes it takes time for stocks to move. Earnings help some companies, and you want to be patient in most of your strategies. One of these does not apply. So in the cryptocurrency space, things are a little bit different. It is a wild, wild west. It is a lot more volatile. If you didn't like how the stock market has been moving in 2021, you definitely not going to like the crypto market. And there's a lot of stuff out there. You've got Bitcoin, which is like the major player. Some people liken this to what gold is, a store of value, something that, is worth something, but is not as useful. That's how some people see it. Now, my view depends on what day it is, right? Then you've got Ethereum, which is like the second most popular. It's done really well as of late. Some people see that as like the digital oil, because you can take it and use it for things like NFTs, non-fungible tokens. We'll do an episode on that when I get to learn a whole lot more. I'm testing some things out, but I want to feel a lot more comfortable before I start teaching people about it, because that's what experts really do, or get somebody to talk about it and we can discuss it together. So not super comfortable with NFTs yet, but we'll get there. So that's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum. There's SafeMoon, which I don't even know what that is, but a lot of people are talking about it. And then you've got Dogecoin, which we know, yes, it started off as a joke. Now it ain't looking much like a joke so far. Now, personally, I still feel like I said I felt, and I said what I said. I'm going to stay on that until what I need to happen happens, which is a big institution says, all right, I'm going for Dogecoin. That's when I will get in. If that don't happen, then I'm not getting in it, right? Because a lot of this stuff shoots up and then crashes. And we've seen this over and over and over again. Dogecoin is up more than like 12,000% in the last month or so, like something ridiculous. If you had invested $1,000 in January, you would have $121,000 right now. And it's assuming Dogecoin is crashing by the time that you're watching this. So what does that bring us to? So this Saturday, Elon Musk, one of the biggest Dogecoin pushers, or pump and dump, or whatever you want to call it, he is going to be on SNL, Saturday Night Live, this Saturday. And, you know, it's a funny show most times. I'm not a fan of him being on the show because I own Tesla and I want you to go do Tesla things. I don't need you on a comedy show. He's not a comedian. I don't need you for that. That's just my personal opinion. However, people are going to be watching cryptocurrencies as this is going to happen. I can almost book it that the word Dogecoin is going to be mentioned in this episode at some point, right? And the fear is, and we've seen some tweets from people saying, be cautious. We've heard some people say this is the day that we're going to sell. You've got people hosting watch parties for, you know, watching SNL and watching Dogecoin move as this goes on. Remember, cryptocurrency is a 24/7 thing. Unlike the stock market, where it's already past 4 o'clock on Friday, I can go to sleep. I don't need to worry about nothing. I'm not going to lose nothing or make nothing until Monday, right? Crypto not like that. So you want to be very careful about what happens. Now, I don't know if it could shoot up 1,000% for all I know. It could finally hit $1, which is what people want it to do. It was like 0.000 something cents, and now it's at like 69, almost 70 cents. People want to see it go to $1. You've also got people, and this is all from social media and speculation, so it's all just a mess right now. We've also got people say, look, I done made my money. Once it hit SNL, I'm hitting the cash out button, and this thing is going to take. So it could go either way. But for those who are new, I'm warning you now that you at least want to keep your eye on it, because unlike stocks, it does not close. It's a 24/7 thing. So you do want to be careful, especially this weekend, because you don't want to get burned. Again, don't ask me how to get Dogecoin in the comments, because I'm not going to tell you, because I don't know, nor do I care, right? I do Bitcoin right now. At some point, I got a little bit of Ethereum. I'm warming up to that. I'm not doing Dogecoin until I hear what I need to hear about Dogecoin, and then we'll get into it, which I'm not overly confident that's going to happen. The reason why we know this is because we've seen this type of pattern over and over and over again. I'm not saying you can't make no money. People have made it, right? But we need to make sure that they keep that money. But also, we saw it with GameStop. We saw it with AMC. We're seeing with Dogecoin. We saw it with Bitcoin 3 or 4 years ago. Tilray, Kodak, like Aurora Cannabis. We see this stuff all the time. So this to me just looks like a really accelerated version of that. And it looks like, I'm not saying it is, but it sure enough looked like a classic pump and dump. So for me and my, you know, I'm planning for Mother's Day weekend for my wife and them. I got stuff to do. I can easily be distracted with 2 kids at the house, right? I don't need to be losing money because Elon Musk said something on Saturday Night Live, or something happens on Sunday and I don't have no control over that. So take it for what it is, but I would circle it on your calendar. Maybe you want to tune in, maybe you don't. I don't know, but you do want to be aware of that, because crypto is not the same as the stock market. It's very, very different. It can be wild, and we will see what is going to happen there. So just wanted to make you aware of that. Also on the stock side of things, that, you know, you should still be investing there. And the reason is, like, we know way more about the stock market than we do about the crypto market. Things are constantly changing there. But I do think with what we know now, it does make sense to have some of your money in crypto. I'm more comfortable with Bitcoin, a little more comfortable with Ethereum, not at all comfortable with all these off-brand names right now. This constantly changes because technology changes. So we'll see, and we'll always update the opinions and our findings as things continue. So if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. Make sure that you go to buildingbread.com/blueprint to get your copy of the book. We're going to be doing some very cool things with the book here pretty soon. You might see your boy in the news here pretty soon as well, but it's excellent book about building wealth, about talking about Black Wall Street. And when you read it, you are going to learn a lot of new things, not just about money, but about history and how America has worked for the last 100 years and really further back to that. So I'm excited for it. Make sure you keep your eyes open this weekend as well, and you can register or get or pre-order rather the book at buildingbread.com/blueprint. We are already, or as of earlier this morning, we're already at the #1 spot in a few categories. So let's keep it going. Share this video. Talk to y'all later, and that's it for me.